Hey, awesome universe, hey, my people, awesome, hey, all doing a good review of the world. And this is the movie review of X-Men Days of Our Future Past. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not watched the movie yet, as on the title it said loads of spoilers, do not watch this video, stop watching right now, and come back after you watch the movie. If you don't care about the spoilers, then just continue watching. But I've warned you. Again. So, basically, guys, let's just say, I would like to first say, you know, obviously going into this movie I was worried. Because one, it was Fox, two, Bryan Singer, and obviously, you know, I was worried it was going to be the same old shit, basically, another shit X-Men movie. But, luckily, all I have to say is, X-Men Days of Our Future Past is a great movie. Absolute great movie. Bryan Singer got it right. I gotta admit, Bryan Singer got it right. He did really well, because he made the Sentinels looked very, very strong. Both in the future and the past, they looked insanely strong, so I really, really liked that. They were actually never defeated at all in the movie, which I thought was really good. I liked how basically young Magneto, Mystique, and young Professor X were the three main characters mainly in the movie, and Wolverine pretty much took a back seat, finally, and he was just the connection. So it felt more like an X-Men movie. It felt more because there was actually about more than one character. It was actually about quite a few characters. I felt, Wolverine, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine did another solid job. He did a good job again. All the three main actors of Jennifer Lawrence, Michael Fassbender, and James McAvoy did great acting, absolutely great performances for their roles. I felt that, the guy who played Beast, he was really good. He was a great supporting role, had a great bromance with Wolverine in the movie. So that was really good. For me, I felt the trilogy people were a bit useless and everything, and pointless they were in the movie, because, to be honest, for people like Bishop, Sunspot, quite a lot of them, Warpath, they did not look impressive when they were in the movie. Like, I know these characters are awesome, because I've read them in the comics and the animated series and everything, but in the movie, they did not look impressive, because every time they tried to do something, it just looked lame against the Sentinels. It's like Storm, as usual, all they did was give her lightning, and she just made clouds come, and, she's much more powerful than that, which is annoying. Professor X was inspirational, old Professor X with Patrick Stewart, great actor. He was really inspiration, as usual. Basically, old Magneto, he didn't really have much to do, really. He didn't really do much, to be honest. Iceman, the only highlight he had was basically the slide thing, which only happened for like 1 second. Kitty Pryde pretty much just holding someone's head, and she went through like one wall or something. Colossus basically said like one word in the entire movie, and I think he's had the most screen time he ever had, but mostly he was getting his ass beaten by the Sentinels. So, everyone was literally dying in the trilogy, but towards the end of the movie, I was like, wow, they really are killing everyone. Well, basically, I gotta admit, there was good continuity. There was good, because they connected to the X-Men First Class a lot. They connected to the trilogy, X-Men trilogy and that. So I like that they actually connected to the past, finally. Now, obviously, I felt the action wasn't exactly brilliant or anything. I have to admit, the action wasn't exactly insanely good. But, I thought the stadium, when Magneto lifted the stadium, that was fucking awesome. Obviously, once again, they showed how powerful Professor X is. I really liked the movie. I thought it was really good. All I will say is, just because I'm saying Bryan Singer did a great movie doesn't mean I like him as a director, and doesn't mean that Fox are great now. No. They have to keep this going. They have to keep doing great movies now. That's why, and now I have to admit, I'm pretty excited for X-Men Apocalypse. Now, the end of the movie, right after, and the great thing is I love, young Professor X and Mystique were the heroes at the end. They're the ones that changed the future, not Wolverine, so that was great. He was nowhere near that scene, so I was really happy. But what is awesome about Days of Future Past is the ending is my favorite part of this movie. Oh, and by the way, I will get to Quicksilver. But the best part of the ending is Wolverine wakes up. It's back to normal everything, like, because they changed the future and everything. Because I gotta admit, when it was the Apocalypse of the Sentinels, it looked fucking awesome. my god, like, when, Wolverine wakes up and he sees everything, you see Rogue for like 1 second, basically, and I think she probably has her power by now, and everything. You saw Beast, the actual Beast from the X-Men Last Stand, and he looked like him in everything, so I was really happy. But the best part of it all was, everyone was alive and everything. The best part was this. And I have to say, I'm going to clap. Well done, Bryan Singer, well done. All I will say is, Jean Grey and Cyclops have returned from the dead, basically. They are back. And I was like, oh my god, yes. Thank god that's sorted. Because that was the chance to basically sort all the crap out that had happened. There's still crap. The franchise is still shitty and everything. But at least they sorted that issue out. Because Jean Grey and Cyclops are so important. Now, Quicksilver. Now, this is a big topic a lot of people wanted me to talk about. Now, Quicksilver, all I will say is, Evan Peters did a good job. He did a good job. He was amazing. And that scene wasn't the best scene of the movie, but it was a good scene. All I will say is, the Fox version of Quicksilver, for me, was not fully Quicksilver. He was missing parts of his personality, so it wasn't him. Basically, the way this Quicksilver came off as, he came off as some annoying, happy, geeky type Quicksilver. Like, he kept smiling over and over again. I was like, I don't know, this doesn't seem like Quicksilver to me. The Quicksilver, and they were making him to be the comedy character. Quicksilver? The real one? Quicksilver is this is what he was missing. He was missing the sarcasticness of Quicksilver, the sarcasm. He was missing the douchebag in him. He was missing, basically, the anger issues, because he's a raging prick, basically. He didn't even look that impressive when he was actually running around and everything. They didn't make the speed look too impressive, to be honest. But Evan Peters did a good job. But after what I heard of the description and the costume of the MCU Marvel Studios of Avengers Age of Ultron Quicksilver, and plus the Scarlet Witch too, I have to admit, I'm like, yeah, the MCU version's definitely going to be better. Because it sounds more like the actual true Quicksilver. Because Quicksilver is a raging prick. He's a douchebag. He's a bad boy and everything. He's not like this guy that's like, just annoying and that's it, and he's all happy and everything. No, Quicksilver's actually really, really douchey. And really, and also really badass and everything. And really, he's got anger issues. So, that's what I feel about that. And I think the MCU version will definitely beat that version now. All I will say is the post-credit scene. I think, see, this is the thing. I love the post-credit scene, but all I will say is, if Bryan Singer had not told us what the next movie was, that would have been fucking awesome. Because then we would have gone nuts, all the fans. But, sadly he did. See, this is why the Thanos one in Avengers, the post-credit scene in Avengers, is better than this. Because we didn't know Thanos was going to be in the movie. We didn't know he was the post-credit scene. We knew Apocalypse could maybe be in there, because he's the next movie. But, basically what you have is, we're in ancient Egypt. It basically shows these people all bowing and chanting a certain name, by the way. And then basically, this young boy is basically lifting like all the pyramids and everything. He's creating the pyramids and everything. And then you turn it, kind of like the angle turns to basically his face. And basically you see his eyes are red, his face is pale. And then you see 4 people on horses. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is the 4 horsemen, basically. And basically, the name they were chanting, by the way, the name they were chanting, ladies and gentlemen, was Unsabanu. That is Apocalypse's human name. Because Apocalypse, before he was Apocalypse, and by the way, if you guys want to know what that means the first one, by the way. He was a human in ancient Egypt. He was actually, that's how he wasn't always Apocalypse. This is basically, what I like is they're showing the beginning of him. So, there you go. Now, I'm really excited. Now I'm going into Apocalypse, I'm actually pretty excited. So, basically, guys, all I'd like to say is, I really, really loved X-Men Days of Future Past. For me, it's the best X-Men movie ever so far. Well, didn't have many movies to compete with, because only X-Men First Class was the other great movie of this franchise. Obviously, obviously that's, my opinion, and obviously, if you like the other movies, more power to you. I'm just going to say, for me, First Class and Days of Our Future Past, for me, are the only really great movies in this franchise that has ever been made. So, there you go. And I think obviously I'm excited for X-Men Apocalypse now, going into it. I think with me, like, obviously, as I said before, I'm still obviously, I'm still not a fan of Bryan Singer and not a fan of Fox. I still dislike them a lot. But I am starting to give them, just like with Sony when I didn't like them a lot, and then they did the 2 Amazing Spider-Man movies, and I was like, okay, keep giving me good movies, and I think I'll start changing my mind. And, yeah, I basically, and all I will say is, right, where do I rate this movie? Okay, my rating for this movie would be, the action wasn't incredible or great, so I would say definitely not 10 out of 10, because the action was not exactly brilliant. I thought there was a lot of positives with this movie, so I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Only because the action wasn't that great. That was the only thing I wasn't impressed with. And okay, right, my rating. Is it better than the Avengers? Is it better than Captain America the Winter Soldier? Is it better than, Watchmen and Man of Steel and the Dark Knight trilogy and a lot of the other Marvel Studios movies? I would have to say no, it's not better than them, but it's definitely in the top 20 and I highly rate it for you guys. So leave a like and comment for your opinions, subscribe for more videos, and yes, Marvel fans, DC comic book fans, subscribe to this channel for more videos, do reviews and videos all the time. Basically, all I will say is, if you haven't watched it, go watch X-Men Days of Future Past. I think you'll really enjoy it, and yes, hope you've enjoyed the video, and bye guys, love you, remember you're awesome.